As we've been reporting, President Trump met with the New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani today at the White House, and the president said he was surprised by how much he agrees with the self-proclaimed Democratic socialist. CBS News political director Fin Gómez joins us now. So, Fin, I enjoyed your conversation with Major. Only yesterday, the White House called Mamdani a communist. Mamdani's called President Trump a fascist. Today, they seem to find common ground. What is that common ground, and why was President Trump so impressed with Mamdani?
I think, to put it in a phrase, I think game respects game, right? These are two political athletes, Lindsay, who respect each other's skill sets, and I think even though they're diametrically opposed in many, many issues, but the parallels are there. Obviously, both New Yorkers, both connections to Queens, both outsider, anti-establishment, populist candidates who had two major political upsets bucking their respective establishments, party establishments. Ahead of this meeting, there was a hope that cooler heads would prevail and they would find common ground, as you said, on an issue that they both ran on and won on in their respective races. Of course, that issue is affordability, a major issue, as you know, in New York. And they also represent an important faction in politics, and that's blue-collar voters. So you saw that, and you saw this, this could have gone in a lot of directions. It could have gone sideways, but instead they found common ground on that issue, I think, on their love for New York. But this all, though, however, Lindsay, may throw a wrench in the House Republican strategy. Of course, they had pinned or trying to pin ahead of the midterms Mamdani as the poster boy for the Democratic Party, as the face of the Democratic Party, if you will. He was even asked about comments by Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, a close Trump ally, who was running for governor in New York, who had called Mamdani a, quote, jihadist. Trump essentially knocked that down, calling Mamdani a very rational person. And he also said that he'd be comfortable living in New York as Mamdani as the mayor. So after this meeting, one wonders if the Republicans in the House would have to maybe revamp their strategy a bit. But this was a fascinating meeting, fascinating Oval Office photo op here, and I think one last thing that I would just really think is important to emphasize: New York relies on billions of dollars of federal dollars for infrastructure grants and other issues. So I think if that may have been part of Mamdani's strategy as well, that's part of the Trump playbook to kind of go into places where they can agree upon for the bigger picture. And I think it's a remarkable thawing of a political relationship that was extremely acrimonious just a few weeks ago.
Fin Gómez, thank you as always.